I was mad about them giving me these hams last time, but I just used the last one last month, so yeah. What you want your credit for? What you want credit for?
Put it over there and use it. Thank you. This is my credit kiss. Credit kiss. Thanks for giving me credit, man.
After 2 years?
It has been 2 years.
Your ridiculousness be sending me straight to the restroom.
I don't know why you're so pissy.
I guess you bring the pissy out of me.
No, I'm just kidding. It just goes to show you get pissy on me.
You bring the pissy out in me. I don't get pissy on you. This looks horrible. As do these. Look like poverty potatoes. Yeah.
Before I go off on you,
Go ahead, go off on me.
I just want you to know, no matter, see how there's no lighter over here?
Letter?
No lighter over here? You notice that?
Where is it?
You tell me. And that's one thing I don't do. Now, I got a backup over here, but I'm not telling you where it is.
I don't give a fuck.
That's fine, I'm not giving a fuck.
You got, look, fuck all that. Because this one instant is not going to, like, balance out all the times you have lighters spread everywhere. And when you do have a couple of lighters down here, you don't know where the hell they are. Do you remember taking the lighter?
I remember telling
Do
you.
you remember taking the lighter anywhere in the
No,
kitchen?
I don't remember the lighter. I do right here, all upstairs, right down in the basement. This is my blue spot.
You trash.
Sometimes, but not today. Where did you get this from?
Where you had it last?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
If that's where you thought, then you should have never questioned me from the jump. Oh, and I think I do only want one of those square ones, because the more I think about it, I'm like, you know what, I'm collecting cans again. I don't need all that. I can't even see myself doing it. You know what I mean? I need to use the damn thing and wash them when I'm done, period.
Now, in terms of how she gets there, which airline will she fly?
Oh, she still can't fly? She's still on the no-fly list.
Well, they said she got there in a private jet. Where's that person?
Hey, welcome back. It's Jason.
So she's still in
There's
D.C.?
something.
No, she was trying to raise money to go to her for her court appearance. She was
Oh,
trying
in
to raise money to
D.C.?
get
Right,
there.
okay,
And
okay.
they were saying, well, she got there in a private jet.
Oh, Karen. They are so stupid. Are they still praying and asking for the Lord Christ and Savior Donald Trump to come save them?
I
You know what I mean?
know one of the days, I think it was March 10th. It was supposed to be the day.
It's supposed to be what?
I think it was March 10th. It was one day not too long ago that Trump was supposed to come back.
What's supposed to come back?
Trump was supposed to come back as president. There's Q9 people or something.
Oh.
That was supposed to be the day of him coming back.
Oh, okay.
So,
It was March.
I think it was March 10th.
Oh, okay. Okay.
While millions of
Okay.
Texans lost power
I knew she
last
had an
week,
age on it,
some of
but I
those
think,
were fortunate to keep their lights on.
You've seen her before sometimes, all right?
Shocking
No.
surprise.
Oh, that's your first time a video popping up?
Yeah.
Some have been
Oh, wow.
charged up to $16,000 for just a few days of energy use. On Sunday, Governor Abbott ordered a moratorium on disconnecting power to customers who cannot pay
didn't have to pay them.
No, they didn't say that.
Some consumers purchase electricity
That's what I was
plans with
wondering.
rates that fluctuate with the market.
Why was it even $1,000?
I know, 1,600.
Why? 1,600? I was sitting here thinking while she was talking, I was like, you know, because I keep having recurring thoughts about how they did that bullshit. And I feel like they just are shifting it to the people just for now. Like, they're going to give them part of the break, but they're going to make them help them pay what they got expected to pay.
Right.
But they're going to give them a break. But in the meantime, just for paperwork's sake, for later, huh?
See if they pay.
Yeah, and just for paperwork's sake for later, they can say the debit is a whole different amount than it really was. And if they get help bailout, they can get more than they need. And if they don't get bail, if they get other some kind of, either way.
The people have the people fight your fight.
Yeah. And then when it is, even when it comes down to they catch you in your corner, it still will be astronomically lower than it would have been for them to take real accountability for that shit.
They were telling everyone to switch providers immediately.
Because they don't give no fuck.
So the first thing that I did actually was give them a call. And they told me that their price of energy is going up and that I had two options. The first option, of course, was to switch. And the second option was to just turn my power off totally and go to a hotel. Option one.
So they do gotta pay.
I did call. I called around to several energy companies, and they were either not taking new clients or the switch date couldn't happen until the 22nd.
And he one of them people that either mad because he got a whooping for something he felt like he didn't deserve it, or his parents really did cross the line and abuse rather than just whoop him. And so he promised to never do that to his kid. But that little girl need her ass whoop a couple of times, and he won't have to do it no more. But her white mama won't let it.
Right.
She ain't bothered about you, cause he's still softening up. He's still softening up for her. That little girl run his ass. I thought he was some kind of disciplinarian or some shit. I know, right? What was I thinking? She don't give a damn about what he talking, nothing he talking about.
She said she has been told she needs a
Whatever. He want to look like he's a disciplinarian and he not. Look at her. She ready to go in there and tear some more shit up. I promise she went back in there and tore shit up. Promise you she did. I promise she would.
you've been saying you're going to do it, and you've been saying no.
Uh-huh. Right. That's what I was thinking. I was like, when he sat there and told her, she know what he was asking. She's like, no, I ain't do. But he convinced that video showed him as a disciplinarian.
You just wasted 5-10 minutes.
And you ain't going all the way back. And you ain't going all the way outside to have a timeout on the trunk of the car. We came to buy some shit, and that's what the fuck we gonna do, and you gonna not touch nothing. And not ask for nothing, and don't talk to nobody. And your lip better not tremble. How about that? This better be delicious.
Like, you threatening the food?
Yeah, I'm threatening the food. Fuck that delicacy.
A senior manager
What it's gonna do?
is suing the e-commerce giant for racial discrimination. Charlotte Newman filed a federal lawsuit against Amazon and two managers claiming she was.
Why it's gotta be her picture?
So that they can so they can be acquitted without consequence, cause she asked for it.
I mean, is she trying to look like a model,
Or she's a plant because they got a real case that they distracted everybody from.
underpaid, stereotyped, sexually harassed, and sexually assaulted?
Okay.
Somebody grab that in?
Underpaid, stereotyped, sexually harassed, and sexually assaulted.
That's what they do.
Amazon Web Services.
Damn, that's how.
She thinks it's time
I know,
for a
right?
change at Amazon.
who's still employed by Amazon, alleges
Who's still
the company
employed.
pays her less than people with
I guess she can't go. It's like a
She says
cult,
she's
right?
also been the victim of stereotypical racial tropes in
team tell her just sort of unprompted that he's pretty sure his ancestors had slaves at some point, but he thinks they were treated well.
Recode also reported that
Maybe he do.
Amazon data shows
Maybe he do think that shit. That racist ass shit.
more harshly by managers than non-black employees.
Right? Maybe he think that racist ass shit. Right? Maybe his family had slaves at some point.
The white people, like to him, they did a special different report than we did.
Yeah, they do.
There's more detail. Maybe he has said that he came from a part that treated their slaves better.
Maybe so he could feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see them doing that for each other. Like Alec, what's his name? The guy that didn't want us to know that his family had slaves.
What's that?
Alec, Wedding Singers. Look him up with Jennifer Aniston. Didn't he play in something with Jennifer
Not
Aniston?
Adam Sandler.
No. Who's Wedding Singer?
Adam Sandler.
Oh. Adam Sandler? Oh, that was Wedding
Barry
Wedding
Warren.
Crashers.
Wedding Crashers. You're not talking about Mr. Royal, dude.
Mm-mm.
Will Ferrell?
Look up Ancestry Scandal. Racist Ancestry Scandal. Slaves.
You mad at me?
I am, because all you have to do is search it properly.
I'm talking about what about the name you talking about?
Well, then you know I don't know the name for sure. I said that.
I didn't know it was a scandal. How's it a scandal?
Okay, never mind. I figured out this a second. Ben Affleck.
You felt bad.
Bad enough to try to get them not to air that part of the show until nobody would know.
Why would anybody be surprised? He got no control over his assets.
His guilt, his racist, that just goes to show you how racist he is, that to where only a racist would want somebody to know that, like, it's something we don't already know. You know what I mean? His guilt.
But this report should prove them being racist.
Yeah. Because if you wasn't, you wouldn't even think like that. You would be like, well, most people did, so. But if you are actively racist and been denying it all this time, you're like, oh, Lord, I can't let that get out. You was on the show. What did you think when you all went far back? You thought you didn't have no slaves in your white ass background? Some black people had slaves in their black ass background. But he's so racist. The worst thing you can call a racist is a racist, right? It's that theory.
response, an Amazon spokesperson told us,
They better get to the sexual assault. I want to know what happened.
You do?
Yeah.
Perv.
It ain't about perv. I'm just trying to figure out, like, she's
What?
still there.
Whatever. She can't leave. When you work for JB now, you can't leave.
She doing a damn interview on CBS.
Yeah. Well, that's why I said she could be a plant too, to distract us from a real case. They smart with, they slick with it.
Make Amazon a company where our black employees and people of all backgrounds feel included, respected, and want to grow their careers. Today, in her lawsuit, she says management engaged in repeated sexual harassment, including incidents of inappropriate, unwelcome touching, and sexual assault.
Yeah, they did.
She says
Completely embarrassed and just stunned.
Did you say anything?
Like such a brazen act. You know, all of the time spent ensuring that, you know, I'm coming into work and being a professional. Just to be sort of reduced to that was very difficult.
the alleged incident.
That's what I was saying. I was like, I mean, I wasn't even asking because I was accusing her or anything, but when you don't volunteer if you said anything.
In some ways, but I also think because he chose to put his hands on me again,
You let him get away with the first time.
Yeah. And didn't say anything.
just to be sort of reduced to that was very difficult.
Well, she said she froze.
And to
I believe her, but
and kind of press my thigh and move up my leg.
I want to say it's important to know, but they already know that people are going to.
And was just completely embarrassed and
Yeah, he
just
sized her up.
stunned.
I could see a predator going for her.
Professional.
And she said it started at the interview and you still took the job. That was also an acceptance of that treatment.
The alleged incident happened in
Right.
2018.
Also, if it happened in the interview, like she said, that and you still accepted the job, then they're going to use that as well.
I don't know if that was an interview.
She said it started from the time she interviewed for the job. Yeah. From the time she interviewed. Go back and start over if you need to. I know you don't like to pay attention to stuff.
How far back? We're talking about the harassment or the assault?
The harassment.
But I also think
That's like somebody with a meeting today. They went to Starbucks to get their coffee, and I was like, "Oh, that's a brilliant idea." But everybody asked my name, so she thought she was doing something. The actress thought she was doing something because she made them say Breonna Taylor. I'm like, bitch, you just spent your money at Starbucks. You ain't helped Breonna Taylor out, not one bit. And he just explained, was like, Breonna Taylor, like, here you go, coffee.
She thought she did something.